great things about starting a new program are the new materials that you get. So let's take a look at exploring the MyBook. We're going to take a look. I want everybody to refer to page 32 in your PLG, and I want you to take a look at your MyBook. This is the printed copy, and I want you to take a look and ask yourself these questions. What physical aspects do you notice about the print book? What stands out to you in the table of contents? Review the first few pages of a module. What features support student learning? So let's go to your PLG on page 32, and I want you to reflect on these questions and write them down in your PLG. Okay, looks like all of you are finished. So let's take a look. What physical aspects do you notice about the book? Okay, yeah, we do see that it's a paperback, so it's very easily transportable. The table of contents, you can refer to what you're looking for in there very easily. And review the first few pages of the module. What features support student learning? So we're going to go into that very, very quickly. Now we're going to take a look at comparing the digital MyBook. We're going to log in as a student into Ed4Friend Learning. As we go into that, let's go ahead and take a look at the access that you have online for these your digital MyBook. Now I want you to take a minute to compare the digital MyBook with the printed copy of MyBook. What differences do you see in the book and the digital MyBook? When do you think you might use the digital MyBook? When do you think you might use the printed copy of the digital MyBook? What do you all think? Okay, very good. It looks like some of you might think it's easier to carry home. Some of it, if you all are a one-to-one district, you all can use the digital MyBook. You can also use it during literacy centers. These are all great answers. Now that we've looked at the MyBook, let's take a look at the kindergarten literacy block. We have a lot of materials to help you with the building knowledge and the language. We're going to have Alpha-Friend cards. The Alpha-Friend cards are cards that you are going to refer to introduce a letter and introduce the sound of the letter. Foundational skills, and the writing workshop. After we go through the literacy block, we're going to talk about how after you've worked with small group instruction, you're going to go ahead and go through the rotations. We'll talk about rotations here in just a few minutes. During rotations, you're going to have small group instruction, and then the children will follow up with building independence and collaboration. In kindergarten, this is called building independence. Then we do follow the workshop model. So after we have whole group, then we have our small group instruction, independent collaborative work, and then we're going to have a whole group wrap-up. The wrap-up usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Now let's take a look at the first part of our literacy block. This is called the Build Knowledge and Language. Every grade level does have a Build Knowledge and Language. It starts in the first lesson. And in kindergarten, you're going to have these module posters. These module posters are great. They are big, and these are meant to help the students refer to background knowledge. So let's take a look at the module poster. You can see it there on top. The I Can Do It is the module introduction. That is the topic for this module. And each module poster has a what does it mean to try hard? That is the essential question. That is the question that we're going to learn about during this module. And then you also have the essential quote. In this case, the quote is, "In this world, we're not perfect. We can only do our best." Let's take a look at the vocabulary routine. The vocabulary routine gives you these cards. These cards are great for the teachers to use because on the front it has the word, and then on the back it has a little script for the teachers to follow. So it's very helpful for you all when you're in your circles and when you want to read these vocabulary words. So let's go to practice. We're going to practice to see how this works. So I'm going to say the words. So you have your card. You'll have your card shown to your kindergartners. And this is also very good for those of you all who are teaching your ELLs because you do have the word. You also have the visuals for them to kind of see what it is that what the word is. So, say the word. Okay, so we're going to practice. Okay, so say the word. Practice.
Practice.
Okay, explain the meaning. When you practice something, you do it over and over again to get better. Now we're going to talk about examples. So what do you consider practice to be, Sarah?
Practice is tying my shoes.
Practice is tying your shoes. So at this grade, when we're looking at the words, and like I said, referring also to your ELL students, it's great to have these visuals so we can see the little boy here, he's tying his shoe. So you can say, if you're pretending that you're trying to make a basketball goal. Here we go. You can do something like that. Remember, it's always good for kindergartners when we're learning these big idea words for them to refer back to these vocabulary cards. Okay, now, another way of introducing the module in this section is by watching a video. This is called the active viewing routine. And you're going to set up the video. So in this video, what you would do is you would tell the children, today we're going to watch a video about a girl trying to learn how to ride a bike. This, of course, refers to the whole module topic of I can do it. So what you do is you'll set up the video for your kids. You'll tell them we're going to have an active viewing routine, and they're going to watch the video. And this is also pulling in those